My parents refused me $85,000 to save my dying daughter, but they handed $250,000 to my brother. I sold my apartment in despair while they threw celebration parties. Now that they've lost everything in a fraudulent scheme, they're begging at my door. I simply gave them a pamphlet for the same homeless shelter where I slept the night I sold my home. She has acute lymphoblastic leukemia. We need $85,000 for an experimental treatment, or she won't survive beyond 8 weeks. I rushed to my parents' estate. Please, I'm begging you to loan me the money. It's my daughter, your granddaughter. The market is unstable. We can't throw money at hopeless situations, my father muttered without lifting his eyes from his tablet. A week later at Sunday brunch, my brother raised his champagne flute. Cheers, everyone. Mom and Dad just invested $250,000 in my cryptocurrency venture for projects that actually generate returns, unlike some people who just come around begging for handouts. My heart shattered as my parents clinked glasses and smiled with pride. Your daughter isn't an investment, she's a liability, my brother sneered with a poisonous grin. Learn to understand basic economics. My father leaned closer. If you were competent, you'd have liquidated your apartment already. I know a buyer who'll pay cash. No questions asked. Desperation consumed me. I signed the papers for $95,000 when it was valued at $180,000. That night, I paid $10 for a cot at a shelter to preserve every dollar. 4 days after my daughter's procedure, my brother texted me a selfie, him lounging in my living room with expensive scotch. Appreciate the upgrade, little sis. Perfect investment property. My mind couldn't comprehend what I was seeing. I investigated the purchasing entity, Universal Holdings LLC. Public records revealed the company was registered 3 weeks before my father's recommendation. The listed owner, my brother. It was a coordinated family conspiracy. I contacted an attorney. The transaction is legally binding. You signed voluntarily. There's no prosecutable fraud here. The law couldn't save me, so I'd have to save myself. I researched property records and discovered treasure. My parents' mansion had a second mortgage for $320,000 at 16% interest annually. They were 4 months delinquent. Meanwhile, my brother was posting on LinkedIn as a real estate expert, with captions like, "Success means recognizing opportunities invisible to others." Then I received correspondence from my late husband's attorney. He'd left an inheritance, $45,000 with instructions. Use this to protect my daughter's future. I contacted the lending institution. I'm interested in purchasing distressed loan portfolios. 1 week later, I became the new creditor on my parents' mortgage. They had no idea. 2 months passed. My brother's revolutionary blockchain fund imploded. It was a Ponzi scheme. He'd persuaded half the extended family to invest everything, including my parents' remaining assets. The first missed payment notification arrived. My father called. "Sweetheart, we're experiencing temporary liquidity issues. Your obligation as a daughter is to support us. We need $200,000. I'm financially destroyed, barely surviving," I responded, and disconnected. He began spreading lies throughout the family. She became wealthy and sabotaged our investments out of jealousy. He even contacted my employer, claiming I was embezzling funds. The foreclosure warning arrived. They had 30 days to pay $135,000. They didn't have it. When they discovered I was the creditor, my brother left a threatening message. "If I lose this house, I'm contacting Child Protective Services. A single mother consumed by vengeance has no business raising a child." I scheduled the eviction for when they returned from their luxury Mediterranean cruise. At 4:15 p.m., their limousine pulled up. They froze, seeing their possessions scattered across the front lawn. My brother spotted me across the street and charged over, screaming, "You're pure evil." I handed my father a dossier containing all the evidence. The shell company, the fraudulent sale, the threats against my daughter. "My God, you manipulated all of us," he told my brother as he read through the documents. I played the recording of my brother's threat against my daughter. My mother looked devastated. "How could you say that about your niece?" My father attempted one final plea. "Sweetheart, can we resolve this? We're family. Family is calling your dying granddaughter a hopeless situation. Family is spreading lies to get me terminated from my career." My brother collapsed. "Where are we supposed to go?" I retrieved a folded pamphlet I'd been carrying for months. "Perhaps the shelter? It's $10 per night. The same place I slept when you stole my home." My father stared at it with shaking hands. "You can't possibly mean this. As serious as you were when you told me my daughter wasn't an investment, but a liability." As I drove away, I watched them in my mirror. 3 people standing amid the ruins of their existence, unable to comprehend how they'd arrived there. Justice had been served, cold and absolutely earned.